Hey, what's up? What's going on out there? I was checking out this video with Cam Newton, and he was talking about why minorities don't have more opportunities in front office spaces and coaching gigs or whatever, but specifically in the front office space. Because just recently, Matt Ryan got a job as the president of the Atlanta Falcons, and Cam is kind of bewildered trying to figure out how he got the opportunity. So I'm going to let the video play and give my 1-2.
Hey, we we experts too. And this is no shot at Matt Ryan. This is no shot at John Lynch. This is no shot at Dan Morgan. The list goes on. This is no shot at Mark Murphy, former president and CEO of the Green Bay Packers, Tony Basile, executive president of football operations for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Rand Cawthorn, general manager for the Tennessee Titans. I'm not going to sit up here and denounce what Dan Morgan has brought to the Carolina Panthers. Yeah. But they all are Caucasians. When are we, as minority individuals, going to have a seat or an opportunity? Yeah. Because you're the majority of the NFL. Playing. Like when? And
See, I think that's the problem right there. Like, when am I going to get a chance? When is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? And I'm talking specifically to so-called black people out there. When you're asking from a handout from people that really don't care about you, you're not going to get it. And in this instance, he's trying to figure out why more minorities or quote unquote minorities aren't getting opportunities, because I think the biggest thing, they don't have these relationships. Matt Ryan has a relationship with Arthur Blank, and I don't think Cam has the same relationship with ownership with the Panthers. And I would say this: nowadays, it's more opportunities for so-called minorities out there. If this was like maybe 15, 20 years ago, I would be more in agreement on the side of giving them the opportunity based on merit, just not because they're so-called black or whatever. But this is going to continue to happen when you keep sticking your hand out. You're asking for something that somebody doesn't want to give you, and it just put a question in my mind, like, why don't people like Cam and others who have high football profiles, start their own thing, or just, create an environment where they can have things like that? Like, it just bothers me. Like, and that's really on like I would say that's like on a micro level, because some so-called black people do the same thing, begging the so-called white man for handouts. Why can't we get this? Why can't we get that? I mean, if you look at it, like, America traditionally has not had the best interest of so-called black people in their train of thought. So we have to get over that whole notion of why this, why that. Like, build your own space, figure it out. Like, Cam has done a great job with the media and building his own platform. But when it comes to that type of stuff, like, I mean, you can either get with it or get lost. For honestly, that's just my opinion.
I don't want to come off as bitter. Yeah. I'm past that point. I'm over here highlighting a big space on a whiteboard that's like, ain't nobody gonna keep. How Matt Ryan get that job? Yeah. Let's just have the conversation. Let's have the conversation. Yeah. Then you will say, okay, Cam, what's your point? Who would you want? Well, it's simple. You got guys like Louis Riddick, who is actively tried to, fill a void for a general manager position. He's still working at ESPN. I gotta.
And you have to ask yourself, with the whole Riddick situation, has he found the right place to be? Because, based on what Cam said, I agree with him. Louis Riddick has, big knowledge when it comes to, drafting and being in those rooms. I think I can't remember exactly what the highest position he held. I think he was like a senior player personnel person. I think with the Eagles or something like that. But somebody like him definitely deserves a shot. But at the same time, he's probably happy, and what he was looking for, his needs didn't get met. So I mean, I guess he's cool, but I mean, honestly, a lot of these, some of these people, whatever race they are, they just suck regardless. And I'm going to give Matt Ryan some grace because I feel like he's probably, like I said earlier, he's been in contact with Arthur Blank, and Arthur Blank feels like he can be somebody that steps in and helps, build up the program. And like I just said, I'm like, some of them do suck anyway, so we'll see.
Fond respect of an individual that I get to work with on a day-to-day basis. Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark would be a hell of an executive leader. He carries himself in a very godlike figure, very articulate, understands the game of football. Yeah. And then I'll even say this particular person, Larry Fitzgerald. These individuals know ball, bro. And I just hate that I come from a situation where I've always seen certain people with certain job descriptions that does not relate to me. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to end the video there because that was pretty much what I wanted to cover. And he brought up some names like, Larry Fitzgerald and Ryan Clark. Who says they don't even want to do it? Like I said, with anything in life, the biggest thing is relationships. Matt Ryan has a relationship with Arthur Blank. I don't know if Larry Fitzgerald has a relationship with Cardinals ownership. The same goes with Ryan Clark. How's his relationship with the Steelers organization? And I'll give a prime example. I remember Troy Aikman. They were asking, or people were wondering why he didn't do anything with the Cowboys as far as like front office stuff. And I think he's helping the Dolphins or something now. And his thing, I think the biggest thing was Jerry's, ego, and everybody knows that's out of control. So he's not going to let anybody have any type of creative control or have any input on what happens with the Cowboys. So it didn't work out there. Like every situation isn't meant to work out the way you want it to work out. But I just wanted to give my opinion on it. Leave your commentary. Let me know what you think.